So we're looking 1 hour into this video, very popular video, one progressive versus 20 far rights. I'm kind of predicting it's going to be very childish. I think these videos are always a bit childish. Let's take a look. Let's look into it. I don't want to get spoiled. Let's start with the beginning here and let's see what happens. Let's go. Let's take a look.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Eddie.
I would just like to ask, what makes someone pro-crime versus, anti-crime?
What makes someone pro-crime? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What makes someone pro-crime or anti? I don't understand. Okay.
I think when you're soft on criminals, when you let criminals out of prison, when you pardon people who've assaulted police officers, you're pro-criminal. Donald Trump pardoned almost 1,600 people who were involved in January the 6th. I think 600 of them had been charged with assaulting a police officer or obstructing a police officer. 170 had pled guilty to assaulting a police officer. 70 had pled guilty to assault with a deadly weapon. J.D. Vance said, we're not going to pardon the violent criminals from January 6th. Donald Trump pardoned all of them. Are you okay with that?
I didn't know that. I did not know that. What? Even the ones charged and even the ones admitting were pardoned still. I did not know that. What? Alter Schwede. It's like Hitler letting the SA out, man. Wow. They're even pleading guilty and still get pardoned. I think the main problem is not even that Trump is doing that. The main problem is a country allows that. What kind of law code is that? That a president can do that? That is insanity.
January 6th is a very special case. I would say it's almost a climax point in history. I would just phrase the question this way. Right now in the LA protests, if they were to, just for example, they were to rush the capital of LA, I mean, they'd have to move over all the homeless people living in tents on the steps of the Capitol. But if they were managed to get into the Capitol and they were just protesting, peacefully, let's say police officers were rushing them in. They were letting them in and saying, hey, you guys can go in, like we have many testimonies that say.
What about the violent ones, though?
Yeah, but that doesn't, even if that happens, you don't have to, kill anyone or assault anyone.
Okay, violent ones like
a man named David Dempsey, a judge, a Reagan-appointed judge, sentenced him to 20 years in prison. He stomped on police officers.
David Dempsey was sentenced to 20 years in prison for 2 felony counts of assaulting, resisting, or impeding officers without... I don't know. Who's that?
Heads. The judge said his conduct was exceptionally egregious. He attacked police officers with flagpoles and pepper spray. Donald Trump pardoned him. There's a man named Daniel Rodriguez. He got 12 years in prison for taking a stun gun and tasing a police officer in the neck and giving him a heart attack. The judge said he was...
Oh, so these were rioters. And these people are now free because of Trump's pardon. Am I insane here? Does this have anything to do with left or right wing, or is this just on a human level fucking wrong?
The one-man army of hate. Donald Trump pardoned him. Does that not make Trump pro-criminal? He's letting violent criminals out of prison.
I would say no, it doesn't make him pro-criminal.
You're okay with that?
I did not say that. I said that one pardon against somebody.
It was 1,600 pardons. 600 of those were people
one
charged
one
with...
example that you just gave me.
I can give you more. Just should I keep going?
Fine.
Shane
And I'll say the exact same thing every single time.
Then your argument will fall apart because it's not just one example if I keep going.
Go for it then.
Okay, Shane Jenkins got 7 years in prison for 9 criminal offenses.
This guy's prepared, man.
Attacking police with a deadly weapon.
These guys are not free. How is that humanly possible? How it blows my brains out.
Government property.
How do pardons that probably should
utter insanity
shouldn't have happened turn into pro-crime?
So you've agreed that they shouldn't have been pardoned?
Sure, but that wasn't your claim. Was January 6th? Your claim was Trump is pro-crime.
Yeah, because he pardons criminals.
Okay, I would say that's a fault.
Let's talk about non-January 6 people.
Okay,
he's pardoned people like Paul Wolchak recently.
Paul Wolchak admitted. I remember that name. Admitted to using his employees' tax money to fund an extravagant lifestyle and buy a yacht. He was pardoned before serving any prison time.
Who took millions of dollars from his own employees, was sentenced to tax crimes, had to pay back $4 million. Trump pardoned him. He bought himself a $2 million yacht. Why is he pardoning criminals like that?
Well, I don't know. I don't think you should. I don't think really presidential pardon should be a thing at all. But I
agree.
I don't think that.
Now they're voting him out.
That means.
And now comes the cringiest shit. They're now running at the chair like kids, man.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Thanks.
Oh no! You're
who won
watching
that?
this.
Sometimes it's weird. Is he pro-crime or not? It's a bit weird, but yeah, the media won that, man. Completely, bro. Completely winning that. Thank you, Tim Boer. Not even close. I did not know that. I didn't know that. That is fucking crazy. It's just you can literally make this big list of factual stuff Trump did. That 20 years ago or 30 years ago, it will be a resign. It will be, dude, get the fuck out of office. So that guy's a bit crazy now, I think.
Hey.
That guy's a bit crazy now.
How's it going, Mehdi?
What is it?
Mehdi.
You're from northern UK, I guess?
I'm from London, North London.
Okay, fair enough. What's your ethnic background, if you don't mind asking?
My parents are from India.
Okay, perfect. Just getting premise here. First of all, I want to say
The premise of Donald Trump being pro-crime.
No. I want to concern myself with why you care about what's happening in the U.S. first.
The worst argument ever, often seen in chat. If you're not in the U.S., you're not allowed to talk about the U.S., which is the dumbest shit ever. We have it all the time on YouTube comments and chat, man. Unbelievably intellectual garbage, man. If utterly fucking gone, man.
Foremost. Secondly,
they're
I
in
wanna say
chat
this.
probably right now.
With the
Should
argument,
US
What the fuck? You're insane?
Should people who live in the
let me
US
finish.
not care about?
Let's not interrupt each other. Because I have this thing, like people know I have this thing. I have to stay calm, okay? So
Okay.
here's the
Wow, that guy is totally normal, man. We go here 10 seconds in, you just know that guy is totally normal, huh?
I am happy that he released J6. In fact, so much so that I was prepared to protest if he didn't.
Okay.
So when you say, are you okay that he's pro-crime? Sure, because you know what? We're changing the definition of what crime is, first and
You
foremost.
don't think stomping on police officers' heads is a crime?
I don't think it's no longer a relevant conversation anymore. You're
Really?
arguing. No, it's not, because you know what? Okay, have you seen the U.S. in the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes, I've
BLM
lived there
protests.
for a
Have you
while.
seen? Okay, I myself have been involved in these protests. I've seen egregious things that you couldn't even imagine.
This is exactly what I imagine when there's a guy in chat say something weird and you click on him, followed 10 minutes ago. 5 messages. That's exactly what I imagine, bro.
we have
Being
no
done
rules
to
then?
conservatives.
This is
it's not
canned
about
noodle?
that. It's about tribal warfare. That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the U.K. You're from India, so I don't really.
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so
I'm an American
you have
citizen.
your own states.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen? Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. I don't know how
Yes.
you got that, but fair enough.
My point is always just this, right? Is there anyone watching the stream, 1,000 viewers, is there anyone who goes, I like this guy, he's got a good point? Like, this doesn't exist? It does exist, right?
Here's the thing.
Are you an American citizen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Sure how
Me?
you
Born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the 1500s, so I have some stake in the
Okay.
claim here, okay?
But you're
a little different
But you're
than
a
yours.
descendant of immigrants.
That's straight up racism. That guy is a straight up real racist. Like a straight up real one.
Settlers.
I didn't know.
Colonial.
This guy's allowed to carry a gun?
Yeah,
You don't
colonial.
look-
1500.
You don't look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites
not.
are Native Americans. What are you
Sorry,
talking about?
you're not.
What are you talking about?
You're not.
Whites are
Except for that,
Native
you
Americans.
maniacs.
I think
What was
you're-
happening before the
I
1500s?
think you're getting confused with.
I don't mind going on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting.
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that
Yeah.
came here from
Do you know what
Asia.
indigenous means?
Listen, before
Indigenous
America,
people
let-
can't
you
come
let
from
me
somewhere
finish?
else.
Why do you ask a question if you're going to interrupt?
I'm not sure if you know what the meaning of indigenous means.
I do know what it means. It
Doesn't
means
sound
they
like it.
came here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of.
I don't want to judge people on appearances, but I feel like in my life, I learned a skill that if you look at someone's eyes, you know something is going on. And if you look at the eyes here, you know something is going on.
Land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't care.
Is he an American?
I genuinely don't care. Yes, he is.
Okay, just
so
checking.
My point is, okay.
Nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these
Because
people are
you're
criminals.
derailing, dude. I'm trying
You
to stay on
literally
track.
sat down and asked me where
no,
I'm from. I think you
I
derailed this
think you got
conversation from the
offended
get-go.
by that, but I'm because
I'm
I'm
not
always
offended. I'm
curious,
just wondering what it has to do with
because I'm
crime.
always curious.
We're going to talk about
why-
immigration. Don't worry. Later on, you can come back.
I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime
I just
and
got a
pro-criminal.
round of applause. I could probably get another one actually.
Wow, getting applause from these Muppets.
If I
That's your status,
Ask
buddy.
for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm
Is this
doing
how
as
you
bad.
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing. That
Well,
must
wait
make you
till
feel
this comes
good.
out. You know what?
Respect, man. I don't know who this is, but fuck. He's so far fucking destroying this.
I'm
20
actually
Which doesn't seem very
People
hard.
who
glad
agree
you're
with
getting
you
this
applauded you.
emotionally outraged right
Wow.
now. This is
Mehdi
great.
Hassan. Who is this guy known for? Who is this guy? What does he do normally? You guys will probably tell me. Who is this guy?
Love it.
Do I have to say anything at this point, or are you just going
Please.
to keep going?
No, please. Make your claim.
He's a journalist? For what? For what is he? a
My
journalist?
claim is that I don't care if it's pro-crime. You want
Okay,
to go back to the topic of conversation?
that's fine. We agree then. He's pro-crime
But
and you
I have
don't
a
care.
question for you, though. Do you care on the opposite side of the spectrum?
Yes.
Do you
Al
care about
Jazeera.
law being
Al
administered
Jazeera.
to the opposite side of the
Yes.
spectrum?
I think
when they're
anyone
the
who
same?
assaults a police officer shouldn't be pardoned. I think that Donald Trump shouldn't have pardoned 9.
The problem is, if in society, if that's the question we debate, then the debate really has reached a low point, man.
Republican members of Congress who were convicted of crimes, and I don't think Joe
I don't
Biden
think
should commit.
you- I don't
I don't
think
think
you
Democrats should
understand.
pardon Democrats.
Fair, but I don't
We
think
both
you
agree?
understand where we are in the U.S. then.
I think I do.
No, because
What is his point, though? The U.S. is in a bad state, so we're allowed to assault police officers.
you're
I do
arguing
this for
from
a
a
living.
position of like a U.S. that doesn't exist anymore. We're headed towards
So
tribal-
nihilism, no laws, nothing matters.
It's not about
everyone's pro-crime.
It's not about that. It's that
That's
conservatives
convenient.
conservatives for too long have been playing it safe. They've been playing by the
Really?
law. They've been
They've
playing
been
it
playing
by
by
the
the
book.
law.
Yes, they have.
Maybe you missed the Bush presidency.
conservatives
Did you
are
live
so
here during the Bush
concerned-
years?
Conservatives are
Didn't
so
play by the
concerned.
law, George W.
Let me
Bush, nor did
finish.
Ronald Reagan.
Let's be respectful to you. Let me finish.
not
Respectful.
you
You don't want to ask you where he's from, bro.
I'm trying to bring it back, so let's both bring it back.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
I'm conservative.
Have you guys seen that movie where war journalists are in a fictional civil war and there's a guy with with pink glasses? Where are you from, honey? And where are you from? Hong Kong? Bam! I think that's him right here. That's him right here, bro.
Okay?
Really?
Let me tell you this. We do play it too safe. We've been playing it by the book for too long. At this point, gloves are off, right? The left has made their point. They're willing
Are
to
the
do...
police force in Washington the left?
Yes!
why were they
Are you
assaulting?
kidding me? The left? Are you
wow.
are you insane?
Police officers.
Look at LA right here. You think those stand down
You think the LAPD are a bunch of liberal Marxists?
No, but I
Really?
think they listen to liberal Marxists who tell them what to do.
okay.
I think they listen to who signs their paychecks at the end
Can I
of the
just
day
check,
who are
because
liberal
you're doing
Marxists.
lots of little diversions. We both agree Donald Trump's pro-crime, you're just fine with it.
No,
Is that the position?
I don't
That's what you've
agree
said
with
so
your-
far
I don't
for about
agree with your
5 minutes.
I don't agree with your definition
What's
of
your
crime.
definition of crime?
It doesn't
Stomping
matter.
on a police officer's head
No,
is not
what-
a crime.
no,
That's your
what I'm
definition
saying-
of crime as the
He keeps getting
Native
me out of it.
American.
I am Native American.
If you
Okay,
say so.
So, going back to the topic at hand, we have different definitions of crime because you're
That's
talking
convenient. There's
It's
a
not
criminal
about-
code
it's
in
not
this
about
country.
what's
It's called the
convenient.
U.S. criminal
This is
code.
what you
know what?
I
Let's
think the
focus
top
on
comment is this is I think the top comment. This is what happens by the Department of Education is the first target. Very, very deep comment, man. Very, very deep. White are Native Americans. Everyone claps in approval. Is education illegal for these people?
Brian, I'm sure you
But it shows. It shows. If you destroy education, you will have more people like this that will support your regime
and I
as
actually
Donald
agree
Trump.
on a
Do
lot
we
more than
agree
you
that
realize.
people shouldn't stomp on police officers' heads? Can we agree on that? If
I'm
you don't
not-
agree on that, then I really think this conversation is kind of
No,
pointless.
because first of all, you're saying what? That the police have the authority, that they're given the authority. I don't accept the authority that's been
it's a
given
very
by liberal
conservative
Marx.
position.
I'm
The conservative are pro-police.
Then you
Or
don't
we
know what a
redefine-
real. Hey, listen,
So
you're
we
in a room
redefine
with
crime.
juggernauts right now.
We
Okay?
redefine
I'm telling you right now,
conservatives.
you are going to be blown
I
open
mean,
if you think
yeah,
that my
if we're gonna
position
struggle
is
with the
outright,
English
Well,
language
get next
for the
guy
next
live.
couple hours,
This is how to
yeah,
watch
what you're
we'll
up
struggle.
against right now. Okay.
100%.
Yeah. Newsflash: the conservatives are liberal to me. Okay. Neocons, the libertarians, all those mainstream people, they might as well be leftists to me. Okay. That's how far to the right I am. Do you understand?
Now he's showing like his real face. Now he's like bringing out the real him. Let me just open Heuphobia quick to be ready. Now he's bringing out the true face,
My
man.
position. So when
I
you say,
kinda guessed it when you sat down.
say, about obeying police, why would I give the authority to police? Do
you
you know
think-
here? Do you know here in
do you
America?
Think do you think
you
Donald
know
Trump
here
should be
in America?
pardoning 9 members of Congress
Do you
who
know
committed
who-
financial crimes?
Let
Are
me
you
see if
pro?
I can remember
Are
his
you
name
pro
right, because
financial
it's so-
crime?
Do you know who
pro
Thomas-
financial crime?
Do you know
All
who
right,
Thomas
pause.
Timbo is?
Pause.
I think the people who clapped you have voted you out.
All right. Head back to your seat. You've been voted out by the majority.
Bro, that
Nice
guy
meeting
is ready to kill. Oh shit, man.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey,
He
so,
bought.
I'm gonna
He
be
bought. He bought.
respectful about this.
Is that the real Nazi guy? No, that's another guy, right? That's not the real Nazi guy. That's the real Nazi guy. Yeah. Let's watch until
possible,
that.
but the
There's a
truth
real
is
Nazi
your
later.
claim is
I
completely
saw that in
backwards.
shorts.
You do not care about being anti-crime. You yourself are pro-crime. Your side is pro-crime because you're a progressive.
How am I pro-crime?
So I'll give you an example, right? So your side, not Donald Trump, has passed a series of laws in California. Let's go with California. It's where we are right now. It's where I'm from. I don't know. Are you from California?
No.
Or okay. So in California, for example, the state legislature, completely progressive, just passed a law that limits sex offender registration to 10 years. It was life before.
California has a tier-based sex offender registry. Those who commit misdemeanors have to register for a minimum of 10 years, while those who commit more serious crimes have to do it up to 20 years. Okay.
That's pro-crime. The legislature in California, which is progressives again, has passed a law that says the voter-induced three-strike law is no longer absolute. If so
California voters changed the state's three-strike rule in 2012, so the mandatory 25 to life sentence was only imposed on serious or violent offenders. In 2021, the legislature ordered a mandatory resentencing for those with certain enhanced sentences. Okay.
someone attempt murders someone, stabs someone on 3 separate occasions, a judge now does not have to give them life. That's a progressive law. That is not. That is pro-crime. You support that, don't you?
I actually don't support sex offenders coming off a list. I think they should be on for life.
Okay,
That-
so you disagree with progressives.
So hold on. you and I both agree that sex offending is a bad thing, especially child sex offending, right?
It seems like you and I agree on that.
I
The
agree on that.
legislature of California doesn't.
So I'm not here to debate the legislature of California. I'm here to debate
You're
Donald
progressive.
Trump being pro-crime.
But
And
you're
I'm
progressive.
saying that Donald Trump was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. When Ghislaine Maxwell, who's the worst child sex trafficker of our lifetime, she's serving over 20 years. Do you know Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, she's actually not. Jeffrey Epstein's the worst sex trafficker.
He's dead. I'm talking about people who are alive right now.
It's interesting though you didn't use his name,
Well,
right? Wouldn't he
no,
be the
I'm-
one who did this?
Oh, great. I'm glad you brought up
Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, before he died, did an interview with Michael Wolff. He's on tape. I don't know if you've heard the tape. He says, my closest friend was Donald Trump. I was his closest friend. Elon Musk, I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He tweeted recently that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files. And Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the right-hand woman of Jeffrey Epstein, when she was on trial for child sex offending, which you and I are opposed to, Donald Trump stood up and said, good luck to her, I wish her well. So yeah, that makes him pro-crime and pro-criminal if he's being soft on child sex
Well, you
traffickers
just said they
like
were his
Epstein.
friends. He's
No, I'm
clearly
saying he was
something-
friends. He was friends with Epstein. You haven't seen the videos? They danced together, partied together.
Yeah, it's a
Epstein
guy,
said I was
it's
his
a guy he
closest
knows.
friend.
He's not supported the pedophilia part. The only people
Actually,
supporting
that's
pedophilia
not
are the
true.
left.
Trump gave a speech about 20 years ago where he said Epstein's a great guy. He loves young women. A lot of them are very young. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, laugh, laugh. So yeah, I think he's pro-crime and pro-criminal.
So you
and
think
I think
he's
he's
pro-crime
soft
for
on
having a
sex
friend who's
offenders.
do you have any friends who are criminals?
Not that I know of. Certainly not child sex offenders. No, do you?
If it came, no, of course not. And if
Okay,
it
so
came-
we're both in agreement again.
If
So
it
why are you
came out
defending
tomorrow
Donald
that
Trump?
if it came out tomorrow that one of your friends was a child sex
You know
trafficker,
what I'd do?
you'd stop being friends with them.
Yes.
But-
And I
but-
wouldn't say- and I
then
wouldn't-
I'd go on TV and I would say, "Oh, look, Mr. Hassan was friends with this guy 10 years ago."
That's very different because in that case you'd be like, whoa, I have never fucking knew about this. But Trump clearly shows in certain things in the interviews, I'm going into the back of the girls and talk to them naked. Epstein was my best friend ever for 10 years. There's a lot of the birthday letter coming out yesterday that shows much more indication, a much more closeness between Epstein and
Therefore,
Trump than
he-
just no, we were just friends and then it stopped.
Child
Mr.
sex
Hassan
trafficking.
said, I wish them well when they're on trial. Wouldn't you ever go at me for
You
that?
wished your
Wouldn't
friend
you
well
ma-
on trial.
Yeah, child sex trafficker. Would you be mad?
I wouldn't wish someone well, but that.
But
That's
Donald
your
Trump
gotcha.
did.
That's your gotcha.
It's a pretty
Is that
big
he said
gotcha.
He wished
Yeah,
a friend
pretty
well.
big gotcha.
Okay,
He
but
praised
see,
the- he
what you're
praised the
really
woman
trying
for
to do
child
right
sex.
now is you're
What
trying
about
to
the
get back
fact
to
that he's-
Donald Trump
what
on
about
a
the fact
personal
that
level.
Elon
Let's
Musk
talk
says his
policy.
name?
Well, it's hard to listen, huh?
What's his policy?
Oh, you want to talk policies?
Yes.
So when he left office in 2020, he left behind the highest murder rate for over 100 years.
Okay. Oh, my kid closed the door on Lisa. 1 sec. Oh, shit. Ja, ich komme. Alles okay? Hallo, Aaron. Hey, mein Spaß. Komm mal her. Du kleiner Sack. Hast du heute Spaß? Hallo. Schön. Was war heute Schönes? Okay. As you know, my dear viewer, Canned Noodle, has won last month's most gifted subs. And if you are the guy who gifted the most subs in a month, you get a package from me with a lot of cool little items. People often don't know what's in these packages. They don't know what I'm giving them. And I wanted to give Canned Noodle, the most conservative viewer on the TommyKay channel, a very, very special gift that just arrived in the mail. He's not here. He doesn't see this, and I'm very excited to give this to him. And it's gonna be a great gift. I think he's gonna like this, and he's gonna have a great time with it. It's gonna be great. I hope he likes this. I hope he likes that. There we go. Okay. Don't tell him. Don't fucking spoil.
He left
Between
behind
20
the highest murder.
Yes.
That is the most bad faith claim you
No,
could
no,
possibly make.
it's a fact. From the CD.
According to the Brooklyn Institute, the murder rate increased 3% across U.S. citizens in 2020. Their analysis found the spike was connected to local unemployment and school closures because of COVID.
And you know
It's
what?
not really Trump's fault.
That's why it's bad faith.
Can I finish a sentence and then you can come back in?
You're just lying to people. Donald
I'm
Trump.
not lying.
Palestine
Can I finish
flag?
the sentence?
Donald Trump does not cause the
Can I-
murder rates.
can I-
Murder is a state
Oh,
level
that's
crime.
hilarious.
Gavin
Conservatives
Newsom is
spent-
more responsible for the murder rate than Donald Trump is.
That's hilarious. So Donald Trump's not responsible for murder rate, but other politicians who are Democrats
Yes,
are.
because it's
Everyone
a state
can see
level
your
law.
partisanship.
That's like saying no. I'll say Republicans are too.
Let's-
State governors who are soft on crime are the ones that are
Let
responsible
me finish
for
a
murder
sentence.
rates.
When Donald Trump left office in 2020, between 2019 and 2020, according to data from the CDC, from the FBI, from Pew Research, there's a 30% increase in the murder rate between 2019
Patrick
and
Bateman is in
2020.
the-
It was
in the
single
audience.
biggest jump in the murder rate since 1905.
It's hard to watch. It is pretty hard to
Who's
watch.
doing the murdering?
And
Aren't they
pro-criminal.
responsible?
That's
Who's
why I don't
doing
like these
the murder?
The
videos.
murder.
It's more like entertainment. It's not very educational.
So aren't they responsible
But why
for the
did it
murder?
go-
We're almost ready for it. I want to see the Nazi guy. So here comes the most viral. Look at the eyes. You always see it in the eyes, right?
Cash Patel on Epstein.
He knows more
All
information
right,
than I do.
Pause. That's time. Please return
And now
to your
comes the
seat.
grand highlight,
Yeah.
man.
Take care.
Watch this shit, chat.
Surrounded is now a podcast station.
Jesus,
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Mehdi, lovely to meet you.
look at the
So I would
eyes.
say that with Trump being anti-constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly,
Okay.
because in regards to the Constitution is a document that
I think this guy also lost his job or something, but then because of this he lost his job, but then people donated to him or some shit.
should seek to serve us. And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized.
Which party and which president is the most anti-children and anti-women?
Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly, there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So, quite frankly, if Trump is anti-Constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is
Damn, that's scary, man. These people meeting up and shit.
wonderfully revealing of the
Fucking
modern
hell.
conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay, surprise, I was shocked to hear that. I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than
How do you
willing to. I'm more than willing to amend it, and
And he has the right to think like that, but in a democracy, in a human society that understands certain things, just because you disagree with something in the Constitution, it shouldn't be gone forever. That will lead to very, very weird stuff. Like blasphemy getting into prison.
Whenever it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
So can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
no, absolutely not. Because
you don't
it's the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Insanity. Pure insanity. And look at the guy in the back. Little frat boy who touches girls at frat parties, but his buddies will never tell anyone. Utter insanity.
Of course, he's not.
Look at you. Look at you, man. You're the first they're gonna come for.
I
What are you
completely
talking
agree.
about?
So
That's
you
part of the
support Trump?
problem.
You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone.
Why
I can't
did
even
you-
remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted.
This is
I kind
fascinating.
of voted just to.
I came with this
troll a
argument,
little
but I'm
bit,
bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local
Who
leaders,
is the we,
or-
by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around
White
me.
people?
Yeah,
No brown
absolutely.
people. So
Well,
some of
actually,
you guys-
Dude, that guy needs to be on a watch list, man. You gotta be careful about this guy, bro. That guy, man. I feel like Dexter has to follow him a bit, with his
I
car.
have quite,
Some of the people
I
in this
have
room
quite-
don't make the cut from what I can see
actually,
visually.
Actually,
Okay.
hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you.
Okay.
I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white and
how-
should stay that
How
way.
does the United States? I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under you? Sorry, what's your name?
My name is, my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh,
to say
well,
your name.
I use
Connor-
a pseudonym online,
Fair enough.
but
Connor,
fair enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
I didn't ask about
whether-
deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he come
Franco. It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
No, but who picks the autocrat?
frankly, the people. I mean, we
Quite
could hold a
frankly.
vote on it. Kings
So
were
isn't
paid.
that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get
name
to
is probably
that
Frank.
state.
No more votes afterwards.
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because
How do you
that's the
know?
whole thing.
How do you
Well,
know?
Carl Schmitt makes
That is real people, man. They fucking exist. Holy shit.
That's tend to
Carl
kill everyone.
Carl
even though
Schmitt
it's
makes
small.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the
you-
Nazi
Yeah,
theoretician.
absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a
who
fan
ca-
of the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at
I
all.
didn't say that. I
Doesn't
didn't
matter
actually
to
say
me.
that. I said,
Why are you clapping, dude? What is wrong? What is happening, bro? These insane. Oh my god. Oh shit.
a fan of the Nazis.
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
What about the
you know,
persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But
And
you
so
don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews.
I think that there was a little bit of persecution
We
and
may
stuff like
have
that,
to
which is
rename
bad.
this show
but-
because you're a little bit.
That's just insanity. Pure fucking insanity, bro. Completely gone. 1 sec, I have to prepare the Hoi 4 stream.
Bit more than a far right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you could say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Look at this guy. Wow, man. Wow, good to see their faces, man. Holy shit. They must all play fucking Hoi 4. 1 sec, I gotta... Okay, sorry. There we go.
1, 2,
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone
Because
is on this.
in
Because you know
during-
that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out
Yeah,
who the fascists and the
absolutely.
Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
clearly you're not.
During the
Clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat
Are
cats.
you
They were
in favor
aristocrats.
of,
They didn't care.
favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not. If
You mentioned
they...
Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed
This
priests.
guy
What about
cried on
children?
Twitter later. He lost his job or some shit, yeah.
He killed and women who he killed.
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only
dude.
killed combatants. Is that what you're
Yeah,
claiming?
he
now?
only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The white terror was only punishing
No, not
those
true.
people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill
You
people.
just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi
And
and
the
being a
feeling
Nazi
is mutual,
and
so-
being a Nazi means upholding human dignity, because I even believe in your dignity. I don't
Insanity, man. Pure fucking insanity. And yeah, I mean, it's undebatable. The question is always, with 1,000 viewers, there's probably like 2 guys who's like, I like this guy. I kind of like this guy.
In a state that I was
with the
running,
greatest of
I
respect,
wouldn't want to hurt
I
you
don't
or
debate.
anything like that. But
What are we
quite
doing
frankly,
here? I don't debate fascists.
okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who
Jesus
won't condemn the
fucking
Nazis?
Christ,
Yes, I
man.
concede.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you
don't
just seem
know what
offended.
you're doing here,
You
to be
just seem
honest.
offended, to be quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
okay. Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a
Yeah,
Nazi.
sure.
Is the whole thing.
I never called you a
I
Nazi.
care
You
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly.
It's always funny how after a while they show their real face, right? They quickly, the onion goes away and they show their real
Because the
stuff.
whole
And you
thing-
don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in
What
democracy.
are you doing here at a televised debate?
Because-
This is democracy. Not what a debate and disagreement.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean
This is
upholding
great.
free speech after we win.
I
mentioned
the only good
the
thing about
whole
this fascist moment
the
we're
whole
in is that
reason-
you guys are so open about it.
The
It's
whole
great.
reason
Say
I
the
mentioned
quiet part loud.
the
Keep saying
whole
it.
reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction.
past him because of the Nazi
even
point.
liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies and they want to enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me. Just that simple.
I'm not sure what you're...
Man, dude, these are, and my point is a bit that this is, it's funny we're laughing, but this is also, I call me a fucking Antifa, libtard, whatever. These people are the enemy. This is not like funny or anything. This is the enemy. This kid right here is the enemy. And it's important to understand, to not just laugh and haha, that's cute. These guys are the enemy, man. Straight fucking up.
What is that?
Everybody must understand that.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. Pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I can't say the same, but thank you.
Insanity, man. That guy is a problem. We have time for 2 more or something?
Good to meet you.
I'd like to hear a woman.
sir.
I'd like to see a woman. Here we have a woman. Okay. Let's go.
I don't think the...
All right, pause.
He was a professional
Voted
rage
out.
baiter.
It's good to meet you. It's good to meet you, Kai.
Is this more cringe or exhausting? I think one thing I would like to give myself and young people watching is we shouldn't feel exhausted
Guys, just
or
insane.
entertained or whatever. I think a big emotion we should take away from this is rage. Because like the elves in Middle-earth in my CK3 campaign, we have to rage against the dying of the light. I think a lot of normal people, a lot of good people that believe in good values are very quiet nowadays. They're not very open out there, man. And I always say this on the stream. We need to be more open. We need to be allowed that this is not okay. And that guy is the fucking enemy. That guy must be dealt with in a legal matter.
Hey, how are you? I'm Eddie.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
How are you? So Trump is defying the 1st, 4th,
5th and 14th, and maybe the 22nd soon.
This must be super, super exhausting for him, man.
So I want to focus on the 1st
Okay.
and the 5th.
Okay.
1 sec real quick. Protects 500 freedoms. Freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of press. Yeah, he's attacking that. Okay, yeah. That's... Why would you be against that? Okay. And the 5th? 1 sec. Is that the weapon one? The right to a grand jury indictment, protection against double jeopardy. This is like good for courts. Self-incrimination. Okay, this is like for courts and stuff. The second is weapons.
So you say that Trump is defying the First Amendment. Can you give me an example?
For example, he banned the Associated Press from attending White House events. A Trump-appointed judge said that was against the First Amendment. He's been cracking down on media organizations he doesn't like over their speech. If they say stuff he doesn't like, for example,
cracking down how?
So, for example, he banned the Associated Press from attending White House events because
I
they
can't go
said
to the White House
it's the
either.
Gulf of Mexico. That's not how it works. They were already at the White House. He deprived them of access, so he
I can
punished them
fix
for their
her.
speech.
But
which is
are
why
they
a
allowed
judge,
to go to the press?
Which is why
So
a
the
judge
press was
he
banned from the White House
appointed-
press pool, and out of Shivens District Court Judge Ms. Fadden, a Trump-appointed judge, reinstated their access.
McFadden said this
Congratulations to Trevor McFadden for having a conscience.
was contrary to the First Amendment. A Trump-appointed judge. He's called MSNBC and CNN illegal. Media organizations are not ipso facto
But that's free speech.
illegal.
He can call them whatever they want.
Attacking the media
Yeah, he can
by the
attack
president
me.
as the executive?
Yeah, that's not free speech because you represent the government, and many people don't understand that on this planet. That's what you learn in law school. The Constitution is mostly a paper for the citizen against the government.
Yeah, he can
And-
say whatever he wants. That's literally the First Amendment.
He can say whatever he wants.
Absolutely.
But the media can't say what they want.
They do.
But he's going after them. He's suing them. He's using lawsuits to crack down on the press.
They
Presidents
use
have not done that
lawsuits
before.
to give him 34 felonies that Hillary Clinton did.
No media gave him a lawsuit.
No, but people
Oh, we're
on
talking
the
about media.
Democratic side.
We're not talking about the Democrats.
Okay. So he can call them whatever he wants because that's the freedom of speech.
He's
he can even
threatened to
discourage-
imprison reporters.
He absolutely.
He wants to imprison. He said reporters should
President
go to
Trump
prison
suggested
for
jailing
reporting.
reporters who publish classified or other sensitive information if they refuse to disclose their source.
He threatened some of them with prison rape. Right? That is against the First Amendment.
Is that true?
Okay. How is that against the First Amendment?
You don't think sending reporters to prison for
Is he
reporting that he
sending
doesn't
them?
like?
Did he do that?
He wanted to. He said so.
Okay,
I would like them to go.
I would really like to.
So
fly.
other people stopped him doesn't mean he's
Right.
not defying
Okay,
the Constitution.
So
he
can
also
want,
said if you turn
he can,
up,
excuse me,
please.
he can want to do something.
Yes.
That doesn't mean he will or he can.
Okay.
And I think he's very.
Well, I've already
aware
given
of
an
that.
example of something he did do to the Associated Press, but okay.
Yeah, okay, so the Associated Press isn't allowed in the Oval Office, which is his office, that's his executive space.
Okay.
And they are allowed in the press room, just like CNN, just like The Guardian.
Which he thinks are illegal media organizations.
He can
He
think
calls
whatever he
calls the
wants.
media the enemies of the people.
You called him a fascist.
Yeah.
you can say whatever you want.
Yes.
Yes.
But the
and
president is. I'm not the president of the United States with executive
So
power
now, okay,
to
so
crack
then
down on the
First
media.
Amendment only applies to the citizens, but not the president
I never
of the
said that.
United States.
One thing I feel about debate culture nowadays is that debates never lead to anything anymore, right? I'm obviously very much on his side, but they will not change their brains. He will not change his brain. A lot of viewers will probably not change their brain. I often feel like this culture doesn't lead to anything anymore.
Okay, so
But then again, we got to keep talking because what else would you do?
But
Trump
he
runs
can
his mouth
say-
more than anyone.
absolutely.
Just keep
And
farming.
he
He
doesn't
is-
just
he
say
is-
stuff. As I said, he actually does stuff. He actually does crack down. For example, Fifth Amendment.
Yes.
Due process.
Yes.
Judges have actually said you have violated due process.
Yes,
of
except
people
for
on trial.
people kind of forget the Clinton, the 1996 Immigration Reform Act, where you can get limited due process when you have expedited.
American citizens?
No.
What about American citizens?
Who's getting deported? That's American.
2 American children have been deported, multiple this year. Have you not been?
No. Their parents have been deported, and their parents say,
No, the
"I'm
father
going
was
to take
American.
my baby."
No.
Was mom legal?
We don't know because they didn't go to court, and the judge.
They
by
don't
the way,
have to go to
by the-
court.
yes.
That's not a part of the due process.
Are you a lawyer?
I'm very aware of it.
Are you a lawyer?
Do I have to be? We're making an argument.
Are you a
now
lawyer?
We're making.
It's a simple question.
No.
Are you a lawyer?
I respect how he's sitting there in this circle and just stands his ground, man.
Okay, we're making an argument.
I'll take that as a no. A Trump-appointed judge in the case, not some Marxist lefty judges you people like to call them, a Trump-appointed conservative judge said it is illegal and unconstitutional to expel or deport an American citizen without meaningful process.
This guy doesn't use ChatGPT. So fuck you have to say is you, man. The only thing you will say here, it's my time. Hello, my name is so and I like Warhammer. That's about it. I think Ultramarines are fucking cool, man.
But that was an act
Shut
that
up,
Trump
bitch.
did. It wasn't speech.
That's adult
He got
talk
rid of an
here.
American citizen.
You go
from the
scam people in
country
World of Warcraft,
without process.
boy.
So the
That's the
child-
Fifth Amendment violation.
Since I'm not up to date on that specific
I can give you
case,
more.
I'm sure you can. So.
Well, you weren't aware that American citizens are being deported. It's a pretty big story.
Yeah, the
Maybe if
child
you
that
read the
probably
fake
went
news,
with
you might know.
Trump.
If you read the fake news, you might know what's going on. A lot of American
How would
citizens
I know what's
have
going
been
on if I
deported.
read fake news? I don't watch CNN or Rachel Maddow.
That's,
Sorry.
That's why you don't know that your fellow citizens have been deported this year.
My fellow citizens.
Are they
no.
not? American citizens haven't been deported?
Okay. When a child goes with their
All right,
adult-
guys, that's time. Please return to your
Nice to
seat.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Jesus, man. Think we have time for 2 more?
Before we go any further, we want to take a great air.
I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry.
We're not covering this. We're beginning.
Okay, another woman. Let's see. I cringe at this so hard. Like these adult people have to run there. He's been trying for so long. Oh God.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, nice to meet you,
Mehdi.
Daniela. So in regards to your claim, I just want to start by asking this. Do you care more about helping Americans or immigrants in this claim?
Immigrants are Americans. I'm an immigrant and an American.
Well, immigrants are not Americans. Americans are the people that were born here.
That's not true. Where'd you
Are you
get,
talking
what's the
about
basis of
people-
your claim for that?
Are you talking about people that get naturalized in the process of becoming American?
14th Amendment. Have you read it?
Okay, yes, I have.
Citizenship clause. It
So
says
I'm interested. I want to learn. I want to at least learn something from all this shit. What is this? From 1868, is a part of his constitution that granted citizenship to all people born or naturalized. I don't know what naturalized means. United States, including former enslaved people, and guaranteed equal protection of the laws and due process law to all citizens on our government. It's all blah blah blah. What does naturalized mean? Key provisions. I don't know what that means. Eingebürgert. Okay. So isn't he wrong here? That if you immigrate right now to the US, you're not an American.
any persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States.
I'm aware of that.
There's about 40 to 50 million naturalized Americans
I'm aware
in
of
this
that.
country.
Yes, but
You didn't seem aware of it because you said Americans versus immigrants.
So, but are you understanding that the process of getting all these immigrants that
If you're naturalized, you are an immigrant. Okay.
for
okay.
even also
And if I'm right now going to the US, just like that, without any legal background, I am a illegal alien, right? Or what is the term? Thank you, Haraldus.
the millions of immigrants. It's up to the millions. It's the last 20 years now, and it has dramatically affected Americans here in the country, which
Positively,
people,
I would argue.
Depends
people
on the
like
visa.
me and everyone around here, we cannot find homes or even get jobs within our own fields that we go to college for, that we get into debt for. And because
Whose fault is that? The immigrants?
More blue collar work, especially in construction, agriculture, and so forth, and the hospitality industry.
Thank you,
we
Asti.
cannot get jobs in those fields, so it requires
Are you looking for a
us-
job in construction
I am
or
not.
agriculture?
No, I went
Just
to
checking.
college.
Okay.
Many people here are in college or went to college, but we can't even find jobs in our fields. Also because of the H-1B visa program as well. But in regards to just your claim about immigrants specifically, we cannot even get jobs to pay for housing.
Unemployment is at a record low right now, even under Donald Trump. And I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but I would say unemployment under both Biden and Trump has been at record low levels.
Okay, is this in regards for American citizens?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm unaware of that statistic, but from what I see, from what I
I'm an
consistently
immigrant
hear-
and an American, and I employ
Sure.
many
And
American
my-
citizens,
and-
both naturalized and the ones born here.
And
I employ
my
Americans.
parents. No, my parents came
Americans as defined by you.
My parents came as immigrants to become naturalized, so I'm not necessarily opposed
Oh,
to
wow.
immigrants.
So you're the child of immigrants.
Correct. I'm a child of immigrants. I was born
But you don't
here.
accept that immigrants are Americans.
Not at this moment.
So your
because-
parents are not Americans?
Not at this moment.
So hold
no,
on, your parents are
they're
not Americans?
citizens. They became naturalized.
You just said you can't be citizens by being naturalized.
No, I was born here, and I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
you're born
to
here, right?
naturalization. I
But
never
are your
said that I'm
parents-
against naturalization.
Are you against naturalization?
No, I never said I was against
You did.
naturalization.
You began. You're very. Everyone was here. They can play it back on YouTube. You said Americans.
Everybody
or
is like,
immigrants. Are your
she's a red
parents
flag.
Americans or immigrants.
GG.
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants. You said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I want
are
to make the
immigrants.
claim that we cannot
I came here as an immigrant. I'm
but
an immigrant.
at this
Before
point,
I was
when
about
they
to start
came,
chat,
the
this
United-
is
the-
fucking
the-
awesome. This is
the
one more
United
and then I'm
States-
done. This
the
is
United
fucking.
States
I have a hard
economy
time
was
watching these
not
videos,
at,
man.
It's better now. The American economy is better than it's been
Not
for
from
many
the-
years.
not from the
And I can say
statistics
that
I
as someone who
see.
doesn't
We
like Donald Trump.
We're
Which
giving
statistics are you
millions
seeing?
and billions of dollars
Which
to
statistics
people
are you
of,
seeing?
minorities as well as
The reason the economy is doing badly now is because Donald Trump's tariff policy.
We can't
Nothing
even
to do
get
with
businesses.
migrants.
It's brain
In fact,
rot.
the
Thank you,
congressional-
Chelsea.
start
I'm getting a
businesses.
headache here.
I'm an immigrant. I started a business. In
No,
fact,
I
in
understand
fact,
because the SBA
immigrants
is
are-
giving people
immigrants-
billions
I didn't
of
take any
loans.
loans
They're giving
from
them
SBA.
billions.
I didn't take any loans
I'm not
from
saying
SBA.
you did, but I'm
Okay,
saying
I'm
that
saying I did.
statistically speaking, they're giving billions of
So
loans
should we
to
do
these people.
statistics? According to statistics, immigrants are 80% more likely to be entrepreneurs than native-born Americans.
Sure,
They're more likely
absolutely.
to start
No, I'm
businesses
aware of
and
that.
hire Americans.
No, I'm aware of
right?
that,
Immigrants
but
are
we
more
also-
likely to pay in taxes than
Yeah.
take out in benefits.
We saw that
And I'm-
yesterday
They're
on the
more likely
stream.
to add to innovation and jobs.
We
and
saw a
wages.
statistic
This is what the
yesterday
statistics
that
show.
the immigrants are a less. They're much less likely to be a financial strain to social services than native.
Oh, the Congressional
Americans.
Budget Office.
Native American. You know what I
This is
mean?
when you come back
Okay,
in.
go
The
ahead.
Congressional Budget Office, which is bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats both use it. They have said that the immigration surge that you mentioned will lead to an extra $9 trillion of GDP over the next 10 years. That amounts to $65,000 per American household. That's $65,000 for each and every one of you holding up a red flag.
Okay, I
All
understand
right,
that, but
pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your
Nice
seat.
to meet you.
nice to meet you. Thank you.
Let's do one more and then I. Please, yeah, let's go. Oh, he's ready. Oh shit. Here we go. Patrick Bateman.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, show me Paul Allen's card.
I'm Eddie.
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you. All right, so first, before I start, I need to know what you mean by good. I can talk about the economy, I can talk about culture, I can talk
Great.
about all those things. I need
All
to
of
know
them.
what you mean.
All of them.
All of them.
I'm saying immigrants are good for the economy. They're good for
think lower
culture.
wages are
they're
good for the
for
economy?
society. Where's the lower wages?
What do you mean, where's the lower wages?
Where are the lower wages?
Yeah, so you can
What's
look
the
at the
basis for saying there are lower wages?
Sure, so you can look at like the STEM industry. It's been in like a complete and total recession. There's been tons of studies like from the Economic Policy Institute that shows that like companies like Tesla, companies from like Silicon Valley, they engaged in mass firing of workers, around 35,000, but then they hired around 12,000 H-1B visas. And it's kind of just standard economic thinking. If you
It's not standard.
And who is a big lover of that? Elon Trump. We saw this yesterday on stream. The great friend of Trump at the beginning. This is capitalism. These companies want these workers because they cost less and do more.
The majority of economists and economic studies suggest that there is a negligible, if no impact on wages over time
That's not-
from
that's just-
immigrants.
that's
In
just-
fact, your colleague mentioned earlier, construction, there is actually evidence in construction, yes. But in some industries, in some areas, there is an impact. But
Elon
overall,
Trump?
no. In
Did I
fact,
say
a
Elon
study
Trump?
from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that migrants since 1965 have raised wages
Who's that
and
by?
raised innovation.
Who's that by?
productivity. National Bureau for Economic Research.
No, hold on. That's where you publish studies. I'm asking
Yes,
for
I
the
didn't
author.
memorize the names of the authors.
Yeah, I know you didn't, right?
Can you
It's
give
from-
me the authors you've got?
Yeah, hold on. The study you're talking about is from Giovanni Perry, and what he did is he didn't account for aggregation issues, nor did
The
he.
vast majority
Hold
of
on,
studies.
let me speak.
Please.
Yeah, thank you, right?
Dude, he's fucking tweaking, bro. Holy shit.
So listen, he didn't account for aggregation issues, right? And when you look at like the spatial approach, which is what all these economists use, you're not accounting
Super
for the
nervous,
fact that
you
when
can see
immigrants
it.
come into an area, natives leave. If you look at an occupational approach where you look at the specific firms that immigration is going into, like Kim ETAL 2013 did, you find a net negative impact when there's a 10% increase of immigration. You find around a 0.5% decline in wages when it comes to the specific occupations they're going to.
So
all your studies are flawed.
So 0.5%. Weigh that up against what I just mentioned for the Congressional Budget Office, which is a massive boost in GDP per head, which you're not counting for, massive increase in tax revenue, immigrants actually funding the deficits and debts by paying way more in taxes proportionately, including undocumented immigrants. And what's interesting about wages is, I'm in a room full of, I don't know what to call you anymore, conservatives, Republicans, fascists, I don't know. One of you has proudly said
You can
that.
call us correct.
One of
That's
us
what you can
proudly,
call
oh yeah,
us.
correct.
Call us
I'm in a room
correct.
full of correct
Jesus,
people.
mighty Christ.
But do any of you actually care about wages? Because, for
Yeah, I
example,
actually do,
For example,
right?
do you support raising the minimum wage?
Absolutely. Absolutely, and you can't do that when you're bringing all these people coming into
that's
a
not
country.
the reason the
Yes,
Republican
it
Party
is.
blocks the minimum wage. You think Republican politicians don't vote for an increase in minimum wage because they're worried about immigration?
Did I say I voted Republican? Did I say I voted Republican?
Well, I'm in a show that was called 25 far-right Republicans.
That doesn't mean I'm going to support every single Republican
candidate.
candidate.
So you and I, let's agree. We both support raising the minimum wage. Yes,
100%.
$7.25 since 2009. It's lost 30% of its value. If you care about wages, we should be raising the minimum wage in this country, not scapegoating migrants who aren't the cause of low wages in the country. You know who's causing low wages? Billionaires, millionaires, and people who won't pay fair wages to their wages, regardless of whether you are an immigrant or a native.
I get the
born
monologue, right? Now let me respond.
You had one. You had one with your
but-
one study that had a 0.5% impact. Go.
Yeah, and your study sucked that you didn't even know who wrote it, right? So let's get back to the point,
because,
right?
Because I don't need
and
to
there
know
it
one
goes
study.
again. The
The majority of studies say that wages are not impacted
The
by
majority of your
migration over
studies
time.
are flawed. That's what I'm
They're not
telling
my
you.
studies.
Right.
Neither of us are economists. It's the economist studies.
Don't assume who I am.
Are you an economist?
I could be.
But
right?
are you?
I could be.
Are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Are you?
I'm going to major in economics, right?
Are you an economist?
No, not right now.
Okay, so when I said neither is economist, I was correct.
Just don't assume.
To use your favorite word.
See here, dude, this is nothing of substance. You look at the red flags; they're coming up. Let me get to the point.
Great, but
so
you're
when
not
you
an
talk about
economist.
when you talk about the CBO, one thing you're not accounting for here is that they're assuming an equilibrium, right? Do you know what that means? You shouldn't make these type of assumptions. You said earlier that unemployment.
Do I
was
know
like
what it means? I thought we're not doing assumptions.
Okay, hold on. You mentioned we were like at 4.2% unemployment. Yeah, that's counting people who have part-time jobs. That's counting poverty
That's how it's
wages.
always been counted.
Yeah, and
I'm against poverty wages.
you
Can we
won't let
agree
me
again?
Yes. If you go to like the Logood Institute, they calculated a way where it's like functional unemployment. Okay. If you account for things like just people who make around $25,000 a year, people who have fallen out of the labor market, people who only work part-time, if you count all of those people together and then add on the unemployment, that's around 25% of the population. So when you go, we don't have jobs, we don't have people to do this, and that, and the other. No, yes, we do. Okay, we don't have a labor shortage. We have a good job shortage. And when you keep bringing these people in, and they're taking those jobs.
The good job shortage is the fault of big firms, employers. I'm an employer. I can say that.
Who hires the immigrants?
Who hires the immigrants?
Yeah.
Employers.
Exactly. So
But
when you bring up these big firms,
okay, so
that's the
let
way
me
that
ask you.
keep
Let me
wages
ask you a
down.
question. So let me ask you a question. If you got rid of all immigrants coming in tomorrow, moratorium, you think that Republicans and
he's super nervous.
employers of big firms just suddenly raise all the wages?
You notice
That's
how
what
you
you
didn't answer
believe.
what I said. You
That's
notice
what
how
you believe.
It was a complete. Your ankles
That's what
all
you
right.
believe.
You pivoted the hell
That's what
away
you
from the
believe.
conversation.
Is that what
Am I
your
subject?
okay?
We're done.
Do you believe that wages? I'm just wondering how naive you are. You believe that the 1% will raise wages in the federal wage
They will be
if we
forced
stop
to.
immigration?
They will be forced to. When you increase labor's relationship to capital, okay, and you give labor more bargaining power because you're tightening the supply of labor.
This is a very simplistic understanding of economics because you're
Okay,
not,
explain I'm wrong.
I'm telling you how you're wrong. Because you're ignoring the fact that when immigrants come into an area, they spend money. They create jobs through their presence.
About 1/5 of their monthly income leaves the country.
That's a good thing also because you don't like US aid, foreign aid. So this is the point. They create jobs. I came into this country. So far, every one of my assumptions about you has been correct.
But damn, that was good.
I am an immigrant.
Ouch.
I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like. I should get the hell out.
Yeah.
What? Wait.
That's a good thing also because you don't like US aid, foreign aid. So this is the point. They create
Don't
jobs. I
assume
came
that.
into this country. So far, every one of my assumptions about you has been correct. But listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like. I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
Why?
Because you come here and say all this bullshit
Why?
about how Americans are lazy.
Why?
You push your left.
Well, it's super. I like psychology. How they come in and in the end they always crack. They show their real me. They always crack and show the real them.
I never said Americans are lazy.
I don't know why you say this.
I never said Americans are
yes,
lazy.
you are.
The only person
You're saying
attacking
immigrants
people
have
is
to
you.
come into this country so they can do jobs that
No, he's saying immigrants bring a net positive.
you don't want to do.
I
That's
never said
exactly
those
what
words.
you said.
When did I say it?
Oh, really? You
When did
didn't
I say
that?
it?
So
We're
why
on
do
YouTube. Guys watching on YouTube, rewind to the time where I said immigrants are doing jobs we don't want to do. When did I say those words? Words that came out of my mouth.
Okay, so why
I
do we
thought
have to
we're
bring?
doing
Why do we have to bring in
assumptions, my
immigrants?
friend.
Why do we have to bring in immigrants to the country if we have people who are going to do the jobs?
Okay, that's enough. It's time for terrible. I can't watch these videos. It's fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. But nothing but respect to this human being. Holy shit, what a G, man. That US 8 thing was sick, man. Damn, bro. I told you. That was.
She slipped through my fingers like sand. Heard that she had a man. Now I'm just sitting here sad. Oh well, ship sail. She slipped through my fingers like sand.